Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. Are you serious? At the same time, mullahs in Iran are killing democracy protesters in the streets, Democrats Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and others asked Trump to lift sanctions? As Iraqis set the photo of Khomeini's regime supreme leader Ali Khomeini set on fire in Iraq, Iranians. Over the past few months, the people in Iran protested against the mullahs and their horrible abuse of the Iranian people. In response, Congress sent a letter to the Trump administration to lift sanctions against the evil regime that is killing its own people in the streets. Who's our worst enemy? Congress. What are the Democrats doing when not holding a corrupt impeachment sham? Well, they are petitioning the Trump administration, of course, to lift sanctions on the regime that is killing its own people. Well, I should not say that Congress is our worst enemy, since there are good Republicans in it, but the Democrats who control the House are definitely our enemies. And there's the letter. Did some digging over the letter's authors, found out NIA counsel Iran's RGM's lobby in the U.S. has a mole in Congress. Samira says is now a permanent legislative assistant in the office of Representative Barbara Lee. That could potentially give her and the regime access to U.S. citizens' data. Wait a minute. We just did an investigation and on Obama spying on America, and now we got to deal with it again? Yes, sir. Mr. Hanif Jazayiri. Is Iran's regime quietly infiltrating Congress? It turns out the senior legislative assistant to Ilhan is none other than Mahyar Soror, who in July was a candidate for NIAC Action's leadership board. NIA Council is an arm of Iran's intelligence ministry. Now you know how dangerous Ilhan Omar is. She's very ill. It turns out Representative Rashida has a staffer from the NIA Council. I guess this is her. Yep. The Iranian regime's de facto lobby embassy in the U.S., Ethnazad, handles a broad legislative portfolio helping Representative Tlaib's Office on Foreign Affairs and Government Oversight. Trump, shut this down. Not to be outdone, Newsweek recently published a story published by the Iranian regime. Thread. Newsweek recently published a story with this cover promoting talking points pushed by known Iran apologist lobbyists. Their main purpose, maintaining the regime in power against the argument of supporting regime change in Iran by the Iranian people. Oh, so their Newsweek is for the onslaught of killing innocent people, women and children in Iran. Iran falls, ISIS rises again. How much money do Democrats make from illegal regimes like Iran and criminals like the Mexican cartels? Is this their main source of funds? And Cyrus is cutting down on their source of funds, isn't he? Next up, the Eagle has landed. Best Trump re-election ad yet. Twitter users, Something Wicked, posted this amazing video a week ago. This was before the Democrats slapdash impeachment. And this is exceptional. Vote for Donald Trump because he's making America great again, and the Democrats are effing crazy.
Odds are you're one of the people. Okay, odds are you're one of the people in America who's better off today than 3 years ago. And now you've got some smug Democrat calling you racist and trying to jam one hand in your ass and another in your pocket. So at a time when taxes are down, jobs are up, and the economy is way up, it'd be nice if there were a candidate who had more to offer than making you pay for other people's shit. Well, the Eagle has landed. Say hello to President Donald J. Trump. He ain't just making America great again. Trump's doing things no president has ever done before. He's keeping promises, hacking courts, defending the border, rebuilding our military, and making Chuck Schumer cry like a schoolgirl with two skin knees. This president is 6'3" of let's put America first. And oh yeah, immigration, jobs, drug prices, nobody's got better numbers. The game has changed, and the Democrats are officially fucking crazy. So keep America great. Stand with Trump in 2020.
Nice ad. I love it. And the Democrat Party just keeps on being destroyed slowly, day after day after day. Next up, a Muslim woman in Minnesota was awarded $120,000 for being forced to remove her hijab for a mugshot. No, wait a minute. If you arrest a Muslim woman, you tell her to take off her hijab, she is now going to get awarded for being a criminal? A Muslim woman living in Minnesota was awarded $120,000 for being forced to remove her hijab for her mugshot following her arrest. See, this is the Hosea 4 prophecy. This is why we know the rapture is almost here. Let me read a couple words from Hosea before we continue. This applies to all nations, even though it was spoken to Israel. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. Notice he's speaking of a nation in its borders. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. The biggest one is that's all we see nowadays, don't we? Propaganda everywhere. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Well, it continues, but you get the idea here. And what do you see in all Arab Muslim lands, nations? Destruction. Destruction. They always get destroyed. A judge issued a warrant for Ada Sheikh Al-Qaedi's, however you pronounce it, arrest after she missed a court hearing after she was ticketed for a traffic offense. She's above the law because she'll just go ahead and miss the court hearings. Al-Qaedi filed a lawsuit claiming the county violated her constitutional rights and discriminated against her for her religious beliefs, for forcing her to remove her hijab in front of a male jail guard. Al-Qaedi also says her religious beliefs were violated because she was forced to wear a jail uniform like everyone else in jail. Oh, they have special privileges everywhere now. Wait, soon they're going to have the privilege to cut off your head, as Revelation chapter 7 and 12 says, and Revelation chapter 20. They overcame him, the beast, by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death, and they were beheaded. Al-Qaeda also says her religious beliefs were violated because she was forced to wear a jail uniform like everyone else in jail. A Minnesota Muslim woman has received $120,000 to settle her lawsuit, alleging she was forced to strip in jail and remove her hijab for a booking photo over a traffic offense, the woman and her attorney said Tuesday. Can you believe this one? This is shocking, isn't it? 57 years old, she said her treatment at the Ramsey County Jail in August of 2013 was one of the most humiliating and harmful experiences of her life. 6 years ago? I knew that I didn't want any other Muslim woman to experience what I did, she said. When Al-Qaeda turned herself in, she said she was told to remove her hijab and abaya, a long dress that covered her body, in front of male jailers, where she never washes her body, and that's why most of them stink so bad. When she objected, she said she was removed from an area and taken to a holding cell where she removed her hijab in front of a male jailer. And just like that, because of the lawsuit, the jail had bowed to Sharia law and has implemented procedures to accommodate Muslim women. Under the settlement, the jail has put in place specific rules about how to accommodate inmates with religious headwear when taking booking photos. What does this all cause from? Well, we know that it's caused from Muslim invasion from Obama, but the biggest thing, and Obama did a lot of this, but the biggest thing that's enforcing it now is his judges. Got to get rid of them, Trump. You need to get rid of a lot more of these idiots. This needs to be overturned, but it's not. She's already been paid, right? You, the taxpayers, get to foot the bill for these special entitlements. How does that make you feel? You're paying the enemy to infiltrate and destroy you. It's sick, isn't it? May the Lord bless. Thank you for listening.